We help entrepreneurs, investors, communities grow companies of significance. We get behind entrepreneurs, builders, innovators, and we connect a community of mentors and resources, capital for startups, customers to support growth, to those with the courage to grow the next great business in Kansas and beyond. Ready to support, invest, and grow? Be a part of the next us.
Hey, good afternoon. Everyone in the room, good afternoon. Everyone on the line, good afternoon. We're so excited to be here. For those of you that are tuning in virtually, we're delighted to have you. But if it appears that there's a party going on that you aren't present for, yeah, that's kind of what's happening. So we've got a small group in the room, about 100 folks from around the financial services industry in Wichita and Kansas. But for everybody joining us on the World Wide Web, we're excited to share this broadcast today, and it will live on forever in YouTube. With all of you. So my name is Mary Beth Jarvis. I'm serving as our MC today. I'm the executive director of NXTS, which you just saw described in that lovely video, and also the NXTSTAGE startup programs. I'm so delighted to have you here today. Basically, what's going to happen is we're going to take care of some storytelling, some history, why we're here, why does it matter, what's it about. Then we're going to get to the business of our innovation showcase at hand. And then we're going to see whether we've got some victors out of this year's 2022 NXTSTAGE Financial Technology Pilot Competition. And then those of us in the room will go back to some networking and perhaps a beverage or two. And you all at home will get to finish out your broadcast and celebrate the spirit of innovation that we've rekindled and done sort of a pep rally for today. So I'm glad you all could join us. NXTS is a 501c3 entrepreneurship support organization. And as that video illustrated, we are here to help entrepreneurs build companies of significance. We are led by President and CEO Josh Oding, who I know is in the room. There we go. A small but mighty staff that includes other folks present, Quinn Robertson and Ian Worrell with our capital programs. Gentlemen, say hello. Amber Dunn, who's a program manager in our NXTSTAGE startup programs. And we'll mention a couple of other folks as we go along. We really are excited to partner with local entrepreneurship support organizations in Kansas and around the region in order to serve the cause of helping entrepreneurs grow and thrive. And we know they need three things, and all of our programs are meant to connect them to those three things. The first is community. A network of supporters, mentors, resources that will help them grow and thrive. The second is capital. We want to mobilize additional capital to fuel the growth of early stage, high growth potential ventures here in Kansas and around the region. And customers. And that's what NXTSTAGE is all about. NXTS, the name means something. We want to be a nexus, a connecting point for entrepreneurs. But we also want to lead the way in helping our region imagine the next us, with participation in the innovation economy and progress towards the kind of inclusive prosperity that we can build throughout the region and help increase our quality of life and our economic growth here in Kansas. So we're excited to do all of that with you all. I want to introduce and recognize some of our board members that are here today. The lights are glaring, so I'll do the best that I can. Eric Peterson from Network Kansas is our board chair. Other board members besides Josh include Trish Brasted, who heads up, there we go, Entrepreneurial Growth Ventures for Network Kansas. We also have Kylie Stupka, who with Empowered is helping revolutionize education, frankly, with an entrepreneurship mindset. We've also got Gary O'Borney with Occidental Management, and Bill Gardner of Gardner Design, some of our fearless leaders that are visioning NXTS and its iterations in this year and beyond. NXTSTAGE, as I mentioned, is our family of programs that help connect entrepreneurs to customers. Here's our vision. Why can't the air capital of the world become the pilot capital of the world? Why can't we be a nation-leading, world-leading region when it comes to being early adopters to help fuel the growth of innovators and early-stage companies and improve our communities and modernize our economies at the same time? We seek out and we curate highly promising startups and technologies in a number of fields, but today is specifically about financial technology. This pilot competition targeted startups offering tomorrow's tools to improve the operations, customer experiences, and community impact of our region's banks, credit unions, and financial services companies. Let me give you a little history. So our first of these Next Stage competitions took place in 2020. We drew global applicants. We narrowed that to 11 finalists, and 2 exciting young companies walked away with new projects with founding partners Emprise, Fidelity, and Intrust Banks. That innovation showcase 2 years ago grew 200 plus real-time streaming attendees, and more than 850 people ended up watching it. It was honestly an entrepreneurial celebration locally and nationally that was a jolt of innovation energy that frankly at the time was a highlight in an otherwise sort of somber period. I want to give a shout out here because part of the birth of Next Stage was thanks to the faith of the Wichita Community Foundation. A generous grant from their Talent Ecosystem Fund helped get Next Stage off the ground. We're so grateful for how they saw that it could be a powerful upping of our talent game to up our innovation game. And we're continuing to build momentum from their initial trust and faith. And I know there's a group of WCF folks, Courtney Bankson and all here today. Thank you so much for helping make happen what we continue to live out through this program. I want to also just kind of talk history. In the FinTech competition from 2021, we were finally able to bring startups in person. And you can see that these folks got a glimpse at Wichita, how they could grow and thrive here, expanding their customer bases and tapping into local resources. During that innovation showcase in last October, 12 finalists engaged with both in-person and online audience members like today. And the competition winner was a scrappy startup out of South Dakota that helps banks serve credit invisible and underbanked community members in their regions. Last year, we also had, and this year as well, the Community Health and Vibrancy Pilot Competition. These were sponsored by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kansas, and they were for startups offering technologies that help solve population health and community growth challenges around the state. Thus far, those 2 contests have led to a whopping 28 innovation projects around the state. Thanks to the game-changing power of startups, Kansas is seeing innovation around vital things like improving mental health services, engaging senior citizens as they age in place, and supporting micro businesses that are trying to connect with local customers and grow economies in rural communities. This year, we also launched 2 additional Next Stage programs. These weren't restricted to any one industry, but instead were focused on early stage companies just from Kansas. We took a diverse group of 10 startups through the first ever customer traction cohort. We helped them hone their go-to-market strategies and speed up their customer discovery and acquisition. And now we're in the middle of the Enterprise Engagement Series, a unique program designed to close the access and knowledge gaps that exist between early stage startups in Kansas and the large enterprises they need to understand, collaborate with, and sell to in order to achieve their growth goals. 20 folks in that cohort, 9 enterprise partners, and the collisions there are just fantastic. So today we get to introduce you to our 2022 Financial Technology or FinTech contenders. This year's competition drew 94 competitors from 27 states and 13 countries. The applicant pool boasted solid diversity, particularly for the world of FinTech. 53% had either minority or female representation on their founding teams. But of our finalists, those deemed most relevant and most valuable for our region's banks and financial services organizations, 100% are led by minority or female founders. These 8 super innovators hail from Canada and 4 states, California, Nebraska, New York, and North Carolina. Though you will see they have roots from much farther away, including France and the Ukraine. You'll get to hear from them in a second. But first, let's talk a little bit about who all got us here this year, today, with this competition. A big boost behind the 2022 Next Stage Pilot Competition is the Ewing Marion Kauffman Foundation. About a year ago, they awarded us a multi-year grant to build and grow these programs as part of their tireless efforts to promote entrepreneurship and make needed strides towards inclusive prosperity in the heartland. I'd like to recognize our new program manager, Olatunji Ahani, who has come all the way down from Kansas City, though he's actually journeyed much farther than that. Olat, thank you so much for being here today and supporting the great work we're doing in Kansas and around the region. Then there's Fidelity Bank. Fidelity and the Bastian family are committed community leaders. They urge us bravely onward through the challenges and opportunities that our community has faced, individuals and businesses have faced over the years. How they think about increasing opportunity for all guides everything they do, including supporting entrepreneurship and innovation through their work behind Nexus and NXTSTAGE. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Aaron Bastian, Fidelity Bank's president and CEO, to say a few words.
All right, thank you very much, Mary Beth. I'm Aaron Bastian, president and CEO of Fidelity Bank. And I thought I'd just take a minute to explain why we've been involved with Nexus and NXTSTAGE from the very beginning. Entrepreneurship and technology are these driving forces that we see in the financial services industry today. It's powering our industry forward. And we're proud to lead the way because collaborating with the kind of startups that you see here at NXTSTAGE, well, those are the kind of things that help us serve our customers better. They're the kinds of companies that help strengthen our Wichita region and help us build a hub here in Kansas for innovation and technology. And that's key to our future success. So I'm excited to be here today. I know you're going to enjoy what you see. It's an exciting time to be in banking and an exciting time to be in Wichita. So thank you, everyone who helped bring us to this point, and I know you'll enjoy the rest of today. Thanks.
Thanks, Aaron. Our next core banking partner is Emprise Bank. They're led by the Michaelis family. They've got a rich history of serving this region and a firm commitment to thinking differently. They're flexing their innovation and collaboration muscles, and they're leading into the future alongside, in many cases, financial technology firms. They are serving their customers and the community at large every day. And you'll get to meet Matt Michaelis here just a little bit in this program. Other amazing partners include Intrust Bank. They're one of our fintech founding partners, and they're a streaming partner today, helping today's broadcast reach folks statewide and beyond. As is the Greater Wichita Partnership, which supports what we do as a part of the region's overall economic development strategies. As does Kara Cleaver of CK Communications. She helps augment our staff with her marketing savvy and event planning excellence. So food, drink, and awesomeness in the room. Sorry, guys online. You can thank Kara for that. We've got table sponsors today that helped populate this room with folks eager to hear about these technology tools. We've got Emprise Bank, Vintage Bank, Sixth Meridian, the Barton School of Business out at Wichita State. And we're so glad to have all of these and you engaged folks here and online. This is an exclusive crowd because we want to see this innovation live on through this broadcast, and the connections that are made from it that begin today will bear fruit over time. So now the debut of our 2022 finalists. This is their chance to describe how they can add value to our region's financial institutions, and it's your chance to get a glimpse at the future and maybe feed off their innovation energy a little bit. So here's how it's going to work. You see, on Monday, when the finalists arrived into town, they each recorded a 2 to 3 minute pitch video, which the crack team at Method Productions edited in record time. So both our in-person crowd and our live stream viewers will see these pitch videos. I'll intro a few of them at a time, and as their turn comes up, we'll recognize the respective teams in 2 different ways. So those viewing online will see a hype slide. We'll give you a chance to get their contact information and know who they are. But here in person, you're going to hear the team's chosen walk-up song. I mean, they're not walking up or anything, like that would be crazy, but they're going to have a chance to stand up and wave so you know where they are, so you can be thinking about how to connect with them and who to connect them with throughout the course of the broadcast and then beyond. So that's how the showcase is going to work. We ready? All right, awesome. Okay. Pitches 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to first have 3 young but very fast-growing companies. They are keenly focused on helping banks and credit unions relate better to their small and medium-sized business customers. They each offer solutions for data sharing and quicker and smoother engagement between the business customer and their financial institution. The first pitch will come from Boss Insights. CEO Karen Moynihan and her co-founder, CTO, and husband, Luke, got their company off the ground in 2017. They are already an award-winning leader in open banking and open finance. They serve financial institutions around North America with a platform that helps them provide efficient, personalized engagement at scale. So Karen is our first veteran finalist. She made the cut and traveled here last year. So while she's based in Toronto, she's keenly in tune with the needs of our region's financial institutions. The second pitch will come from Dmitry Norenko, CEO and co-founder of UpSwap. Their white-labeled financial management solution helps banks and financial institutions build loyalty and expand engagement with their small and medium-sized business clients. UpSwat, which has seen rapid growth since its founding in 2019, has a US base in Charlotte, roots in the Ukraine, and Dimitri's two co-founders got their visas to journey here from Spain to be in Wichita. So all that to meet and engage with y'all, so pretty cool. Third up will be Photon Commerce, which provides instant, straight-through processing of real-time payments, checks, invoices, and statements. They use AI to read and populate data fields automatically. They're based out of San Francisco and backed by investors from Square, JP Morgan, and the Bezos Gates-funded venture firm Village Global. And they've worked with leaders in fintech and digital banking. Now, represented by Dr. Angela Murphy, a proud Jayhawk from Overland Park, they're here to serve banks and credit unions right here in Kansas. So let's meet them and hear from them and see what they do, shall we?
Hi, I'm Karen, and as a former commercial banker, I feel your pain when it comes to serving your SMB and commercial business customers because they have needs, and they're going to test out the new fintech offerings, and eventually they might leave you. Here's why. It's because they're getting faster service with better rates and more personalization. And I know when business comes to you, they're going to request lending solutions, they're going to request payment solutions, and you're going to spend days, if not weeks, gathering their P&Ls and their tax returns and their balance sheets. And there is no time for gathering it and scoring it manually anymore. That's where you're losing the relationship. But today, I'm going to share a secret. It's a secret weapon to help you get that customer loyalty. And it's the same strategy that these community banks and credit unions have been accessing. They're using it to accelerate lending, to accelerate annual reviews, and to enhance payments and to get a deeper data and insight for their business customers. The secret is getting the global leading access to all the SMB financial data you need to serve your customers and business members today and in the future. It's access to accounting, that's the balance sheet and profit and loss statement, banking, tax or IRS data, sales, payroll, and more. And it's not just the data. It's the ratios and the personalized product recommendations that come from the data, the insights that are so key. It will help you gather information from APIs and PDFs, clean it, spread the numbers, and provide insights to both you and your customers. This business owner that we're looking at right here, healthy business. But instead of them just coming to you with a lending request or a payments request that you can score faster and you can renew faster, you can suggest to them that it's time to expand their business. You can suggest to them that they should factor their receivables. You can enhance their payment offerings. This is why we have case study after case study showing that we're faster and cheaper and better when you're digitizing. Lending decisions happen in half the time. Renewals, annual credit reviews, 20% of the time, and payments are enhanced. This is the power of insights. You can actually, for the first time, tell your businesses how they rank against the industry. Here's another case study with a credit union, and we have community bank case studies on our site. Now, there are other data aggregation solutions out there that do pieces of this, but Boss Insights is the only solution out there that gives you the entire picture of data and insights. Digitizing is a top goal for community banks and credit unions. And as you do so, you're going to improve internal processes and deliver improved customer service. That's the secret to customer loyalty. We've done this with other community FIs, and we're excited at Wichita, Kansas to be talking to you about transforming financial services together. Let's talk soon.
Hi, my name is Dmitry, and I'm CEO and the founder of UpSwat. And today I will show you how new generation of embedded finance experience will help you to enhance relationships with your small and medium-sized business clients. So nowadays there is a huge problem. Almost 70% of small and medium-sized businesses in the US have relationships with at least one fintech. Almost 50% of them are thinking to switch to the fintechs completely during the next 18-24 months. And right now, nowadays, 17% of them have no relationships with the banks at all. This number might not look very huge, but 2 years ago, that was only 2%. That means that unfortunately, community banking is losing a huge portion of the market. And we are here to change that. All SMBs are switching to the fintechs because of the value-added services. And we are bringing the best fintech practices into your online and mobile banking. Just imagine when your clients will see business valuation, actionable insights, accurate cash flow forecast, KPIs, lots of tools to help them perform better and make more money, thanks to your bank. Our tech is powering this solution with the integrations with the cores. We are already the part of their value proposition, so you can turn on our tech in one call or couple of clicks, depending whom exactly you use. But the most important is that our solution is based on almost 200 API-enabled apps, the data from which is usually unavailable to your bank. We connected accounting, ERP, CRM, e-commerce, and dozens of other platforms used by your clients every day to help them and you perform better. You will have access to this data. We are a 3-year-old company, but we are growing tremendously fast. We serve more than 70 financial institutions, majority of which are community banks, but among our clients, national banks, regional banks, credit unions, and even non-banking financial institutions like MasterCard, InvestNet. We help all of them to enhance relationships with their clients, make them sticky, make them engaged, make them loyal. As of now, we are the team of 127 people based in 17 countries. We are powered by more than 100 executives that are managing the largest financial institutions globally. We would be happy to bring the value to you out of our solution during the demo. So please reach out to me and I would be happy to show you how our tech can empower your bank in a couple of clicks. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Angela Murphy, Vice President of Business Development at Photon Commerce, and I'm excited to share with you how we would like to work with your bank and credit unions. At Photon Commerce, we realized that there are many challenges that face banks and credit unions when you try to serve mid-market and SMB customers, including the manual processes associated with lockboxes, checks, and remittances. Not only do they cost quite a bit of time and resources, but it also can cost upwards of $10 to $15, even when you don't account for exceptions. There's a unique opportunity here to digitize checks, remittances, and lockboxes for banks and credit unions to better serve your customers. Not only does it bring you into a new digital standard, but gives you the opportunity to increase your processing speeds, your margins, and your volumes. Photon Commerce is trusted by many partners to bring our technology into their ecosystem, from neobanks like Brex to entities such as FIS and the Federal Reserve. Imagine being able to automate and unify receivables for your clients, taking complex structured and/or unstructured information like this remittance, and in a matter of seconds, converting all of that data into the JSON that you see here. Imagine taking your lockboxes and your cash application and putting them on autopilot, like with this check here. Our artificial intelligence technology is able to read handwriting with 98 to 100% accuracy, including memos, addresses, and dates, taking the information and data you see here and converting it into the text that you see on the right. We've done this for entities such as FIS, automating approximately 20 million remittances per month. Before they worked with us, they were on a 24-hour delay for their data processing and were hand keying over 40 million keystrokes a week. What a mess. After they started working with us, we were able to reconcile their information in less than 5 seconds in the pilot phase, increase their match rates to greater than 95%, and automated 55 million remittances for them out of the box. We've also applied our technology to companies like Brex, removing the need for manual data entry, eliminating remittance errors, and increasing their volume by 5 times within the first 3 months. We would like to bring this technology to your banks and credit unions. Please reach out to us to see how Photon Commerce can bring the next wave of innovation to you.
Right? All right, 3 down, 2 more coming up right away. Our next 2 startups are both based out of New York City, and they're here to offer solutions that can help our regional financial institutions compete with the big boys when it comes to offering sophisticated and highly in-demand tools. First, we're going to hear from Agora Services. This 2.0 bank-as-a-service tech provider, they take modular banking platform and they help community banks and credit unions build above their core, while any fintech or brand can actually launch banking products in weeks. Then there's Array, which have gotten traction with leading fintechs and financial institutions with their platform of embeddable tools and white label solutions that deliver innovative, rapidly deployed credit and identity protection products through the community financial institutions directly to their end customers. Let's see how these two do what they do.
Hi, I'm Arkady Lapio, CEO and founder of Agora, more than bank as a service. Do you know that in the next 20 years, half of US banks are going to vanish? You think you survived till today? The situation is different. 1, there's a technological barrier entry. 2, a new generation of players, it's called fintech, and they're going after niche market. 3, even the big banks, are scared by fintech and they're investing massively. So who can help you today? You know the name. It's called the legacy core banking provider, 40 years IT architecture average. Are you going to teach them? No. But there's a solution today to help you. It's called modular banking technology. With modular banking technology, you can do 3 things. 1, you can access to pre-built white label turnkey solution on top of your legacy core. 2, on top of your legacy core again, you can build new features product. You want to launch crypto, rewards, SMB banking, you can do that today easily. 3, forget your core. You can launch a separate brand, a separate digital bank in weeks. 2 decades ago, I was part of a founding and management team. We built one of the ancestors of this digital bank. From zero, we grew to over $20 billion deposit, and we made it profitable. I also created the ancestor of bank as a service. Again, from zero to over $60 billion asset under custody. And I'm also a senior advisor and a venture partner of one of the largest venture capital private equity investing on financial services. We have completely reinvented the banking infrastructure. We're also using the latest technology, microservices architecture with cloud. Check these 2 components. Not everybody is created equal. We're a one-stop shop. You want to launch card? You want to do onboarding, rewards, even the banking apps? We have everything. Fully customizable version. These are the players that trust us. These are MasterCard, the ICBA, Finastra, and many others. So what can you do with the modular banking platform? Launching new banking solution for the teen banking, for example, SMB, a la carte, launch the features you need, or launch your own new digital brand. This is what we have already available for you. In weeks, you can have off-the-shelf teen banking and SMB solution. We're here to help you. If you have any question, come talk to us.
It's a pleasure to be here with you today. My name is Josh Wine. I work in strategic partnerships at Array. Array allows financial institutions to embed their own white-labeled credit monitoring and identity protection tools right into digital banking. This deepens customer relationships, supports financial health, and ultimately will increase adoption of their products. The issue that community banks and credit unions face today comes in the form of large financial institutions with bottomless budgets who have gone to market with their own credit monitoring offerings and set the stage for what your customers now expect. On the flip side, affiliate marketers such as Credit Karma and NerdWallet have built a business by offering these tools for free, then turning around and selling your customers products from your competitors through their marketplace. The solution is simple. By embedding credit tools into your digital banking, you'll be retaining your customers within your own experience. Instead of affiliate marketers knowing which products to offer, you'll be the one gaining that deeper understanding into the products that are relevant for each customer. We allow you to do this better, faster, and cheaper with little to no engineering lift required. My Credit Manager is exactly what it sounds like. With over 20 modules designed to help each customer both understand and improve their score, supporting financial health within your digital banking has never been easier. Identity protection is the #1 service that customers are interested in bundling into a checking account, according to a recent study done by Cornerstone Advisors. Our solution allows you to offer dark web monitoring, insurance, and restoration services so that your customers have peace of mind. By bundling these services into a checking account, you have the opportunity to drive non-interest income to your institution while at the same time protecting your customers. Finally, we have Array's Offers Engine. This is an intelligent rules engine that analyzes over 180 attributes on a credit report, allowing a financial institution to determine which products are relevant for which customers. We work with each bank and credit union to create a rule set customized to align with their underwriting strategy and their products. These offers are displayed right within your digital banking, but the insights are passed back to you in real time, powering your marketing in every other channel as well. We understand that the goals of every institution are different, and that's why we're designed to be as modular as possible. Pick the tool set that best fits your needs, whether that's generating non-interest income, recapturing declined applications, increasing customer retention, or just generally supporting your customers' financial health. Array's solution can do it all. We've experienced significant growth and investment in the last 2 years. With a strong backing from our investor community and through digital banking partnerships with companies such as Q2, Jack Henry, Alchemy, QNexus, and more, Array has helped millions of consumers to have better financial health. We're empowering financial institutions to do exactly what their customers already expect and keeping you competitive in today's landscape. Thank you for listening. Feel free to book some time with us for a more personalized look at how this can benefit your institution.
Okay, now we're going to see 3 final pitches, and I want to give you a heads up. These are totally different. They're different from each other, and in a number of ways different from the other contenders. They each offer very targeted and brilliant solutions that hit at very timely concerns for all business owners and all employers. They're solving giant headaches and fundamentally helping people. It's good stuff, right? So first, you're going to meet your new digital business tax assistant. Los Angeles-based Compliant helps small business owners stay on top of the complex web of tax deadlines, budget and save for future tax bills, and more. Then you'll hear from Maxwell, a firm that is part fintech, part HR tech. Omaha-based Maxwell makes it easy for employers to offer personalized benefits and rewards that attract and retain the talent that they need. As they say, they're making life work for all. And our last competitor is also from Omaha and is our second NXTSTAGE veteran. V2Verify, which made the finalist cut in our inaugural competition in 2020, is focused on identity verification and fraud prevention. V2Verify simplifies life by replacing passwords, PINs, obscure security questions, 6-digit codes you have to copy and paste, et cetera, et cetera. They use a simple-to-use voice authentication solution, which you'll hear all about. So like I said, everybody, heads up, there's a solution in here for y'all. Listen up.
Nothing is certain in life but death and taxes. And yet tax is the most uncertain process for a small business owner. Not only does it cause headaches and anxiety, but every year Americans are paying upwards of $60 billion in totally avoidable tax penalties. Meet Jacob. He's an entrepreneur running multiple companies. He's on top of things, so he thinks. He pays his income tax and does some version of bookkeeping pretty regularly. So you can imagine his surprise when he found out that he was 2 years behind on something called an annual report. He had missed several sales tax payments, and he had never even gotten a business license for any of his entities, costing him a whopping $90,000 in combined tax penalties and liability. Yeah, US tax is that crazy. This is because people assume that bookkeeping will solve all of your problems when in fact there are major tax gaps missing. I'm Shiloh, founder and CEO of Compliant. And with over a decade of experience in corporate tax accounting, I got tired of watching Jacob and the millions of entrepreneurs like him make the same expensive mistakes. And so Compliant created to remedy just that. We are a desktop platform that gives the business owner a budget of what they can expect to pay in tax. We'll remind you when those bills are due via text and email, and we'll even help you budget and save for those tax bills for all 7 business tax types. In the last 2 years, we've grown revenue 22% month over month, supporting 7,000 small businesses all over the country. Acquired partnerships with the City of Los Angeles and the California Secretary of State, and due to one of our investors being a former mayor of a major city, we'll be able to expand those legislative partnerships across the country in the next 3 years. We've raised $5 million in venture capital from notable funds like Kraft Venture Partners. And here's how we want to work with you. What if your small business banking customers could see a running total of tax due by quarter right from the dashboard of your existing banking app, giving them a consistent sum total of their entire tax due? And a few clicks later, they're given a breakdown of tax by type that applies to their specific business, providing amounts due along with when, where, and how to pay for those tax bills. We are making it a lot simpler to manage the business owner's entire tax landscape in just a few clicks. Myself, along with this amazing group of people, are ready to work with you now. Find us at complyant.co. That's compliant.co.
Buen dia. My name is Adriana, and I'm one of the co-founders of Maxwell. Sitting at the intersection of HR tech and fintech, we make it easy for employers like you and your business customers to offer personalized benefits and rewards that attract and retain talent. The workplace, and with it benefits and rewards, have changed. Today, they go far beyond health insurance and retirement to acknowledge the whole employee. And that makes sense because in a world where you can personalize pretty much every experience, employees are looking for the same in the workplace. The workforce of today prioritizes 3 aspects when looking for an employer: good work-life balance, good compensation and benefits, and colleagues and culture. It's in these statistics that Maxwell is grounded. Similar to an FSA, Maxwell functions as a lifestyle spending account, or LSA, like this. We secure relationships with the latest and greatest lifestyle benefit providers and take on the administrative work of managing reimbursements. So all that employers like you have to do is provide a budget per employee and then choose which benefits, perks, and reimbursements you want to offer. Then employees access their budget via the app and choose how they want to use it. So Mary in Wichita can use it on a DoorDash subscription via the marketplace. John in Topeka can use it to get reimbursed for his YMCA membership. And Thomas in Omaha can use it at point of sale at his local coffee shop using his Maxwell card. Now, attracting, engaging, and growing talent is a lot more complex than just offering people a lifestyle benefit budget. At Maxwell, we use that budget to capture the attention of employees and power your people strategy. Some employers like you already offer great benefits. We help you elevate those by presenting them in an app that they'll actually visit and that is easy to access and navigate. We also make it possible for employees to engage with each other through the peer-to-peer giving and bonus capabilities. And we keep track of well-being information and benefit usage. Last but not least, we make sure that employees remember how much you value them. Whether they spend their budget on the marketplace, the reimbursement section, or at point of sale using their Maxwell card, all of the ways that you have supported them are found there on the home screen. And right there next to them, you can provide them with key information you don't want them to miss. Thank you for considering Maxwell. We would love to help you attract and retain the talent you need. Gracias.
My name is Damian DeRosario. I'm founder and CEO of V2 Verify. We're an Omaha, Nebraska-based company. I like to start all my talks by talking about our why. Our why is simplify life. What does that mean? Companies have wrestled with a two-headed monster, which is the customer experience versus security. As companies increase security and require more information for their security, it degrades their customer experience. As a result, people do things like reuse passwords. They might use their same password between their McDonald's account and your corporate network account. And multi-factor authentication causes lots of frustrations because you've got to carry a device, and if you don't have a specific device or a specific phone, you may not be able to actually access your systems. We have created a system that can sort this problem out. We created a technology that requires 2 seconds of unscripted speech, so any speech, and we can authenticate a person at 99% plus accuracy with built-in liveness to ensure that we cannot use a recording. Now, 2-second speech is as much speech as you require to say a US phone number. How does that technology work? We call this multi-factor authentication in a single pass. The application will display some random numbers on the screen. All you need to do is say it. When you say it, your voice is your password, and the fact that you said the right numbers is your second factor. The technology can be used in many environments, from identity and access management to call centers to automatic password resets and multi-factor authentication to simplify that process. The customers mainly use the technology for data protection. We've got one of our largest customers that has 10 billion financial transaction records in the cloud. One of our other large customers uses the technology to secure and access control for their employees. Now imagine if you can have a world where you have a high level of security and a great customer experience. So seriously, why wouldn't you try to simplify your life? For further information or to see a demo, please do not hesitate to contact us.
Okay, come on, guys. Doesn't that sound like a group of innovators that can help our financial services industry here in Kansas find its next us, right? Like, this is the future. You didn't have to hunt and peck or Google search through the brilliant, the incredible array of up-and-coming fintechs out there. This group has been curated with solutions relevant and ready to meet the needs of Kansas banks, credit unions, and financial services companies. So as you remember, here's how this process worked, right? The 100 or so that we started with, then it went to 40, then it went to 20, then it went to 8. These 8 have had a chance to get to know our founding partner banks, Emprise Bank, Fidelity Bank, and Intrust Bank over the last few months. And those banks are working towards whether or not they're ready to do a pilot project, hence pilot competition, a deployment, get a customer contract going with one of these startups. So we're going to hear whether or not we've got some lucky winners today. But I want to start this portion of the program by reminding you that today can be about you as much as it is about the banks that have already gotten a head start at taking a look at these guys. Because they curated this group such that we, as a region, could take advantage of the future grabbing power of these entrepreneurs, these innovators, and the tools that they offer to our industry. Let us be the pilot capital of the world. Let us be early adopters and lead the way in this, as we've heard, super competitive, super complex world where banking relationships that our community institutions know so well intersect with the tech of tomorrow and all of the competitors that are bringing it to market. So I encourage you to use today as a connection point and as an investigation point. Those of you that are here today, watch the broadcast afterwards, catch that contact information. Those of you that are in the room and want to meet the founders will have a chance to do so afterwards. So thank you all for being here. Now we get to the fun part. I'm first going to recognize and call to the podium Steve Castro-Miller from Intrust Bank. Intrust was a founding partner, been with us since 2020. He spent many hours on Zoom curating the last 2 years of finalist class, and this year's was no exception. Steve Castro-Miller, come on up.
Thank you, Mary Beth. I'm Steve Castro-Miller. I'm the Managing Director of Technology at Intrust Bank, a 140-year-old family-owned bank focused here in Wichita. And I would echo what Aaron said. We understand and believe in innovation and how it brings about change in our communities, which is great for our customers. And we're grateful for the fintechs that came here that help us focus on how to do that job better for each and every one of you. We have been a part of this from the beginning, partly because we have a deep interest in what you all do as startups. Personally, I do. I've been down this path with you all. I know what it feels like to be up late at night and try to figure out how to make things work. And I appreciate it as I've run into now earlier participants in trade shows in different places and get to catch up and see how their businesses are growing and how their customer bases are growing and the kinds of successes that they're having. It's really exciting. This year's cohort represents another real exciting group. I'd love to say we could do something with every one of them or every one of you. And frankly, we have a limited amount of time, and so sadly, we won't be able to do that. That said, we're having really interesting conversations with a couple that we're going to keep pursuing that we hope will turn into a pilot. That said, there is one company we've invested some time in that we're very intrigued by what they're doing in voice recognition and identity. And so with V2 Verify, we intend to continue working towards our pilot with them. So congratulations, Damien. Finally, we'd love to see you all succeed and continue to run into you either back here another time, another year, or in a variety of different places around the country that we go and we run into you all. So congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
All right, we're moving forward. This time, we're going to get to hear from the leader of Emprise Bank, Matt Michaelis. Maybe you'll have some exciting news for us, but either way, we're excited to have you part of this competition. Come on up, man.
Thank you, Mary Beth. You and the Nexus team have put on a world-class program again this year. No surprise. You've ensured this is an incredibly vibrant and diverse group of companies. The entire cohort of finalists are as strong as we've seen in this competition. To all the FinTech participants, thank you. And congratulations. This is a well-deserved honor. You're an impressive group, and hopefully you have enjoyed the competition as much as we have. At Emprise, we're thrilled to be founding partners of the NXTSTAGE pilot competition. Thanks to this program, over the last 3 years, we've had the opportunity to engage with numerous FinTech startups from across the world, each bringing an innovative solution along with diverse perspectives and backgrounds. Ultimately, this has been a huge help in fueling our innovation to deliver enhanced experiences to our customers. Today, we're excited to announce we're pursuing a pilot with one of the finalists, UpSWOT. Dimitri and team, congratulations. UpSWOT helps small businesses grow their business and make better decisions by giving them API-enabled access to business-critical applications and real-time insights. This aligns perfectly with our mission of empowering people to thrive and will accelerate our ability to deliver a more personalized and relevant experience to our customers. This highlights and accelerates our focus on supporting small businesses. Thank you again to Nexus and each of the finalists. NextStage continues to contribute significantly to Emprise Bank's innovation journey and to the continued development of our region's startup ecosystem. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. We're excited for our 2 pilot awardees and crossing our fingers for those 2 and the other 6 that relationships developed over this week and today will blossom into additional pilot competition victories that we'll note over the next year and additional traction for them. Again, Nexus is here to help innovators, entrepreneurs grow companies of significance. And while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and accelerate the pace of innovation in our region because that benefits all of us and helps create a next us that benefits everyone in our community, everyone in this economy, and everyone in the region. Thank you so much for your support and for coming today. Have a great night.